Without self-confidence, even the most talented person can lose their way. Life without belief is like a boat floating endlessly, moving but without direction or purpose. No matter how wise or skilled you are, if fear controls your heart, you'll never discover your real strength. Many people live behind invisible walls, afraid to speak, afraid to fail, afraid to be seen. But this story might be the mirror that shows you what you're truly capable of. Once upon a time, in a quiet coastal town, there lived a humble painter named Ravi. He painted boats and village walls to feed his small family, his wife and 2 sons. His elder son Arjun was quiet and shy, while the younger one, Karan, was bold and outgoing. Everyone admired Karan's cheerful nature, but laughed at Arjun's silence. Even Ravi, though a kind man, often grew frustrated. "Arjun," he would say, "why can't you speak up? Why can't you be more like your brother?" Every word chipped away a little piece of Arjun's confidence. Arjun loved art. He would spend hours sketching by the sea, the waves, the boats, the people. Painting was the only way he could express himself. But whenever he tried to show his work to others, his hands trembled, his voice disappeared, and his courage faded. He wanted to prove his worth, but fear always stood in the way. One day, a rich merchant came to the village and asked Ravi to paint his new ship. It was a big project, something that could earn them enough to live comfortably for months. Ravi agreed happily, but just a day before the work began, he fell ill. He called Arjun and said weakly, "Son, take these brushes and paints to the dock tomorrow. Tell the merchant I'll join him in a few days." Arjun nodded silently. The next morning, when Arjun arrived at the dock, the merchant was already there, tapping his foot impatiently. "You're the painter's son?" he asked. Arjun nodded. "Then start painting. I can't wait." Arjun froze. I'm not ready," he said nervously. "Then get lost," the merchant shouted. Humiliated, Arjun ran away. That evening, when Ravi heard what happened, anger filled his eyes. "You had one job," he shouted. "All I asked was to deliver the paints, and you couldn't even handle that. You've brought shame to our name." Those words hit Arjun like thunder. Tears rolled down his face as he whispered, "I'm sorry, father." But Ravi turned away, saying, "You'll never succeed if you keep hiding behind your silence." That night, Arjun couldn't sleep. His father's voice echoed in his mind, "You'll never succeed. Never succeed." He left home quietly and walked toward the sea. The moon shone faintly on the water. "Maybe everyone will be happier without me," he thought. He stepped closer to the edge of the rocks, the waves crashing below. Just then, an old fisherman appeared from behind a boat. He looked at Arjun and said softly, "The sea never stops because waves break. It keeps flowing. Why are you stopping?" Arjun broke down and cried. He told the old man everything. His father's anger, his fear, his failures. The fisherman listened silently and then said, "Meet me here tomorrow at sunrise. If you truly wish to change, I'll show you how." The next morning, Arjun met him again. The old man handed him a small wooden board and some paint. "Today you'll paint what you feel, not what others expect," he said. Arjun hesitated. "But I'm not good enough." The old man smiled. "You'll never be ready if you keep waiting for permission. Just start." With trembling hands, Arjun began to paint the sunrise, the orange sky meeting the calm blue sea. By the time he finished, the fisherman was smiling. "See? You just spoke without words. That's the voice of your heart." Arjun looked at the painting, surprised. For the first time, he felt proud. On the second day, the old man said, "Now, teach these children how to paint a wave." Arjun's eyes widened. "Me? I can't teach." The old man replied, "They don't know that. Just share what you know." Nervously, Arjun picked up a brush and began to show the children simple strokes. They laughed, clapped, and called him teacher. By sunset, he had forgotten his fear. Something inside him was changing. On the third day, the old man said, "Now it's time to face your biggest fear. Go to your father. Don't argue. Don't explain. Just show him what you've created." Arjun hesitated. "He'll never forgive me." The old man placed a hand on his shoulder. "Maybe, but forgiveness starts with courage." That evening, Arjun returned home. His father looked shocked to see him. Without saying a word, Arjun unwrapped the small painting he had made and placed it on the table. It showed a boat sailing calmly under a bright sunrise. "I painted this," he whispered. Ravi looked at it silently for a long moment. His eyes softened. "You did this?" he asked quietly. Arjun nodded. Ravi's voice trembled. "Son, I didn't see your pain. I only saw your silence. I thought your quiet meant weakness, but I was wrong. You just needed belief." He hugged Arjun tightly. For the first time in years, the young man felt free. Free from fear, free from doubt. From that day forward, Ravi proudly introduced Arjun as the artist of our family. The merchant who once mocked him saw his art and offered to buy it for his house. Soon Arjun's paintings were admired by many. Years later, his work was displayed in a city gallery. When people asked him about his success, Arjun would smile and say, "Confidence isn't born overnight. It grows every time you take a small step beyond fear. You can't find your voice by waiting for the world to hear you. You find it by daring to speak." Remember this. Fear and doubt are loud, but courage whispers softly, "Try one more time." Life will not wait for you to be perfect. It only waits for you to begin. So start, no matter how afraid you are. Because when you believe in yourself, even your silence can paint a masterpiece. Outro call to action. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share it. I'll be back soon with another inspiring story. Until then, stay patient, stay grateful, and keep moving forward.